Alrighty, we are back. We have found the root of our CDU issue. And what is the well? It's a combination of texture stuff and and traveling. You might be like, hang on, wait. Okay, so part of one problem, go out that door, leave hotel, bad. It will crash. Talk to her, probably be fine. But you must leave through the garage. That's the only way it won't crash. Now, I can fast travel. I've just been testing it. I can fast travel there. I fast travel to there. I can go. I go inside. It's not a problem. I fast travel to there and go inside. It's not a problem. I can walk around, but if I go and say leave dealership, it will crash. It will crash. Bear with me. I was going to play that ad. It will crash. However, what I have found, if I go back to the map, I go back to the Solar Hotel, and I go fast travel inside, it won't crash. And what door did I come through? I came through that door, and I didn't crash. But if I go through there, we'll crash. If I go out the garage, we won't crash. So, there is a problem with the game depending on where you are leaving from. And where you are leaving from is the problem. So as long as leave from the garage. Now, granted, I have not bought another car yet. Finally, it's my first car. So do I know whether it's going to crash other way? No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't know whether it's going to crash any other way. But, as you can see, we're back on the road. However, prove a point. We fast travel back to Solar Hotel. No crash. No crash. So, this is actually not a networking issue per se. This is not a networking issue. This is a... Well, I mean, you could say it's a networking issue, but ultimately, it's a exiting one area and going into another area. So if you go into a workshop, or anything else, you will be fine as long as you fast travel back to the SC lobby and then go out through the garage. Now, that means you're doing an extra 2, 3, 4 steps. But we have tried this on 1440p, we've tried this on 1080p. And we are getting the same result. Now, we are on 1440p at the moment, which probably shouldn't be. That should be on 2560. Or why it was not. But the rest are on low, except for a few things which I don't want to low. And it's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. So I couldn't tell you why it's crashing, other than ultimately it is crashing. But we are, since we did make a mistake there, since we've got the wrong res set, we are going to restart the game. And there was one other thing I did, and I was in the I config settings. I made sure the FPS was locked at 60. Now, could I actually have that bit higher? Oh, absolutely, I could. Absolutely. I forgot. I thought I had it set the right res when I marked the config file as read only. But obviously, I did it as 1920 by 1440, which is not ideal. What we want. Not what we want. That's okay. So we're going to go and change our settings quickly again. Then we're going to restart the game. We are going to be hitting add shortly. We're actually in about 5 minutes actually. As you can see, we're back to 40. That didn't save. And why didn't it save? Because my file was read only. That's saved. So what I've left at, I put shadow quality on medium. Left put texture is up to high and ultra. Distance ultra. Car quality to ultra. Characters to medium. I've put reflections on. I've left big net on. Now there are some people who have found a solution for some of the stuff, and that is have the microphone turned off and have the default channel turned off. And some people said put voice chat volume to 0. I'd suggest those if you're still having issues, but I seem to have fixed my issue. However, we should not be crashing on leaving a showroom dealership. But this is where, on the PC at least, this is where the file that you want to change it to change the FPS to 30 or sorry 60. So you want to go into the documents, my games, test drive unlimited solar crown, and you then basically want to edit user settings search for FPS and change that engine device max by default. That's 200. Change it to 60 or 90 or whatever your preference is. 144. And save, put that as 60 and save it. It's save the document. And I might even that at 141. I want to see what happens. I can't change that at the moment because guess then you also need to go to properties and make it read only. But we are going to test that quickly at 141. I want to see how much better FPS I can get. Now, do you actually need more than about 6? Yes. Actually, you probably don't. There's a reason why I'm going 141, not 144. 3 FPS under my refresh rate. Why? I use VSync and I use G-Sync, but not in a game. Only outside the game. So now I'm going to mark that as read only. I'm going to go OK, and we're boot. Let's drive unlimited back up. I probably not going to. This. And now we are back. Now we are not going to be playing any music. We are definitely not getting much more than oops, wrong window. but we're not getting much more than about 60, 70 FPS, so we're not going to be up around 141, but what we will do is we'll push it, we'll make that FPS, might leave that FPS at 141 in the settings, might move it down to 60, but it's going to run. And could I run the game better on higher graphics settings on Ultra? Yeah, I probably can, but ultimately, I'm not having any server issues. What I'm having is crashing on leaving an area. Providing, but I'm not crashing on leaving the garage. But we are going to go and throw some dinner on. Rightio. Dinner is on. Going to fast travel to that Italian car yard because now I don't know whether it's going to crash if you go outside, so I'd probably not recommend that. What Italian cars they've got? Alpha Spider. Now, the spiders I like. However, the yellow one looks so much cooler than the red. Alpha Romeo Petty Fish competition. I'm just going to call it competition. Actually, that might even be the spider I prefer. Actually, I can't remember the 14 or the 808. Quadrifolio Verde. Go with that, shall we? Lance Delta. Kratos. Oh, that old landscape. That is. I'm not gonna lie. Kratos is a bath. Ever heard of that one? Heard a lot of car companies, but not that one. Super Mario 4CA and the 4C 2015 Spider. I can guarantee if I try and go out normally, we'll crash. For a bath, 4C 2013 Coupe. So, if we go out normally, we will undoubtedly crash. Now, I don't know whether the only safe spot is Solo Hotel or not, but I'm not prepared to risk it. But that's interesting. There were no Ferraris there. Ferraris. Interesting. Mobile connection lost. That's the first time I've had a server disconnect. I haven't had any server disconnects till now. First time I've had a server issue. Make sure Errol's there. Ah, now maintenance is in progress. After I finally fixed all the problems, are now down for maintenance. Never mind. You can at least watch the early stuff leading into the football game tonight. We're an hour behind coverage. There's dinner cooked anyway. Service will be down for about 30 minutes. That's okay. We can hang for 30 minutes. We can hang for 30 minutes. Very good with that. Bear with me while I grab. Of course, depending on what I'm doing, what they're doing maintenance was, whether they fixed what I've reported as a bug, it's fixed. I won't test this night. Test later. I'll test tomorrow. Let's see when that's fixed. We're back. Must have muted ourselves again. We've had our dinner. We're just going to have a glass of red, a little bit bigger than more than I should have poured, but that wasn't enough for a second glass. So we're just going to watch football. We're going to talk while we're waiting for either you to come out of maintenance. So, I said I'm not going to. I haven't said what they're fixing, so I'm not going to test what's been causing me to crash. Not going to test that at all. I will test that after stream. Would that be tonight or tomorrow? And be test before next stream, and see whether it's going to crash my PC again. Oh, we are waiting for are we waiting for the server to come back up. We're just going to play some tablet games while we are waiting. Yeah, gone down for maintenance. And welcome back, Corito. And I've discovered what's causing me the crashes. It wasn't server issues. Now, I can leave my apartment at Solar Crown Hotel. I can go down to the lobby. If I go straight to outside, I crash. If I go to the garage and get into the car, I don't crash. I can, from the Solar Crown lobby, by fast travel to a car dealership, I don't crash. If I go through the car dealership's doors to leave, I crash. So, only time I don't crash is when I'm leaving the Solar Crown garage. That's the only time I don't crash. And I've tested it on 1440p and 1080p and ultra graphics, high graphics. I only don't crash when I leave the SC garage. I put a bug report in for it. Now, whether this maintenance is going to fix that, I'm not testing that tonight. Because guess what? The game does have a bug report app, but guess what? When that finally does come up, that actually crashes not only the game, but my stream and my PC. So there's something wrong with entering the open world through any source that is not Solar Crown Garage. So I don't think you're meant to be on foot at any stage going outside. You're meant to be getting in a car to go out. So the outside world is not designed for you to be walking around. How much sense does that make to you? Is the question. It's bizarre, is it not? I think you can agree that is a bizarre crash. Like I said, I can leave the hotel lobby. If I leave the hotel lobby through just normal walking, it'll crash. If I leave through the garage, I get into the car, it won't crash. But I haven't tried leaving other buildings. So the last time I tried to test it, I went from my apartment to the Solar Crown lobby to the garage. I went from my apartment to the Solar Crown lobby, fast travelled to a dealership, fast travelled back to the Solar Crown lobby, went to the garage, got into my car, wasn't a problem, got outside. Now I fast travelled back to the SC lobby, and then I went through the normal door, or the garage door. I crashed. So you can fast travel from the dealership back to the lobby, and it won't crash. You leave the dealership normally, it will crash. But fast travel from a dealership back to the lobby, go through the garage, get into your car, not a problem. Not a problem. Which some people would say that's a network server issue. And no, that's actually not a network server. That is going from a closed world situation, which is what the dealership room is, what the SC lobby is, to an open world situation. So going from a closed world to an open world is what's breaking the game. And what's crashing the game. Now, would anyone have worked that out? Potentially, other than possibly not. Or some people were saying that when they were leaving a workshop, they were crashing. Now, if a workshop set up the same way as a dealership, yeah, it's going to crash. It's going to crash. When the game comes back up, I'm going to have to show you how the workshop works, because you can add a hell of a lot of stuff to your car, like a lot of stuff to your car. Freaking awesome. Costs you money, but still freaking awesome. But it's a very, very bizarre bug, to say the least. It's a very, very bizarre bug. There's no other way to put it. No other way to put it. But I'm surprised I even worked it out. Now, I'm only theorizing that's what's causing the crash, but I feel like that's what is causing the crash. But it is a very definite bizarre bug. A very definite bizarre bug. Where is... What's its server status? I said I'd be down for about 30 minutes, and that was 40 minutes ago. And looks like they're still down, so we'll just quit the game normally. Be done with it. So we're just going to wait for it to come back. Oh, it might be back up now. Might have actually had to close the app. Close the game for it to self. But there's no patch. No patch, but that doesn't mean maintenance doesn't always mean there's going to be a patch. Well, let's see whether we're back up. No, we're still down. Oh, we'll just let it roll. Let it run. We'll check again in about 10 minutes. But like I said, it's a very, very weird bug that's causing it to crash. But it's definitely not my system. It's definitely not my system causing the issue. And could I be running? Could the game possibly, for me, run perfectly well on ultra graphic settings? Absolutely. So, but This here is my bug report, and I don't think I could have got. I think I could have been any more comprehensive than this. Burrito. So I so I've said the following. Game has crashed a handful of times. Tried turning voice chat off, and also tried multiple different graphics settings, but to no avail. Had one random crash while driving, changing graphics on the fly. The game didn't like it. But most of my crashes have been leaving a showroom, and that's not only locked the game up, but also completely crashed my PC. Latest 3 tests I have done are the following. Test A. Entered the Solar Crown lobby. Fine. No crash. Fast travel to a showroom. No crash. Turned around and said exit showroom. Crash. Test B. Entered Solar Crown lobby. Fine. No crash. Fast travelled to a showroom. No crash. Fast travelled back to the Solar Crown lobby. Fine. No crash. Left lobby via garage. Got in car. No crash. Test C. Same as B in the test, but had the 2 following steps. 5. Fast travelled back to the SC lobby. No crash. 6. Turned around and instead of entering the garage, took the door on the left and crashed. Seems to me unless you're leaving from the SC lobby to garage to open world, the only way you don't crash. Now I can't upload a diag because the bug reporting app game has crashed. That the game has crashes completely. Our system does meet the required specs for the game, at least at the minimum level, if not above. I've also tested this on graphic settings, or on low, or on ultra, and also on 2 different resolutions. As the diag report that I'm sending, it will be complaining about one of my graphics cards, which I've got deliberately turned off. The diag will also complain about the driver for my normal graphics card, which is fine because I debloat my NVIDIA drivers. I also point out the audio will. The DXI might also complain about the audio because I'm using virtual audio drivers. And I made a point that neither the audio drivers nor the graphics drivers are the problem. Outside this crash that appears to be a loading issue on leaving a showroom, game for me runs flawlessly. Honestly, apart from some frame rate issues, it kind of does run flawlessly. Yes, it can drop to below 50 and 40 FPS at times. Sure, that's fine. Guess what? When I'm streaming, I know I can add in. When I'm not streaming, I know I can add in an extra 20 FPS to the 47. If it drops to 47 FPS, and I can add 20 to that, and it's up to 67, means it's pretty good. But I don't think I could have been any more comprehensive on a bug report than that. I don't think I could have got any more spot on than that. But that is ultimately a pretty bizarre bug report. Well, pretty bizarre bug all round. Honestly, I said, consider the lobby and the showrooms as completely internal and isolated, and I guess you could say instant events of the open world. Go from an instant event or a dungeon or whatever in the open world, you shouldn't be crashing like that. But you can go from the open world into the instant and it's fine. Going from the instance to the open world, not fine. Unless you're leaving from the lobby. Work it out. Work that out if you can. I challenge you to work that out. And I hope you had a good dinner with your parents. Well, I assume more your foster parents, given what you have told me a bit about your family. I'm glad. And when the game comes back up, if you're still there, I'll show you how delivery works. Delivery in the workshops. Oh, you can add some really cool images. Really cool images to your car. And not to mention change paint jobs dramatically. Well, there's a lot of customization that's not there on the liveries, but there's a fair bit that's very cool. Fair bit that's very cool. But we're not going to bother playing anything else just yet because we're just going to wait for the service to come back up because ultimately they shouldn't be down for too long. But the game has got a huge amount of hate on the Steam store page. Huge amount of hate on the Steam store page. Mostly negative. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. And you know what most of the reviews are? Negative reviews are? The server's not being reliable. Guess what, guys? That's no reason to review bomb a game. Every game that's online only has server issues on day one of release. Get over yourselves. Stop being dicks. Just saying. Just saying, stop being dicks. Yes, we are back up. So we are back up. But some other stuff that was causing people's crashes was, believe it or not, having voice chat on. Bizarrely enough. Alright, I'll find a livery to show you. Where I was saying where it was, I'll show you where I was saying where if you go through, which door if you go through you will crash, which ones you won't. And where I was talking about the spider cars, I do have 3 alpha spiders in the game. Now, the door on the left there, you'll crash. The door on the right, you won't crash. Door on the right goes to the garage. Door on the left goes to the open world. And the open world's not designed for you to walk around in. I'll see if we can find a workshop. I don't think I've got a workshop open at the moment. Oh, crap. Okay, we've got a workshop open. I thought we had a workshop open already. So as long as I pass travel inside, not a problem. I think you can probably drive to there if you're driving. But try this for customization for the car. Just try this, Burrito. You're going to be like, oh. So you got a crap ton of performance, but of course, locked behind levels. You got intake and fuel, got ignition, valves and camshafts, pistons and flywheels, exhaust and turbo, which are all locked, of course. Or some of them are locked, some of them aren't. Then you got suspension and brakes to work on. You got gearboxes to upgrade. And you got transmission to upgrade. Then you got the chassis to upgrade. And the aero kit, which is the aerodynamics to upgrade. The tires for 6 semi-slick and off-road. And then you got the ECUs. Whatever. Not even sure what the ECUs are. Oh, well, electronic control unit. So that's just the performance. Try this though, Corito. And just when we were checking the livery, we crash. Typical. Here I thought we were fixed. Trick me. Frick me. There's definitely something else that's crashing us too. Definitely something else that's crashing us as well. That's not just what I thought. Alright. Now, they will going to show you delivery properly this time. So, providing we don't crash this time. Alright. Yes, again. Yet again. We're back. I'm not going to show you delivery. Sorry. That's not happening. That's crashing me as well now. It wasn't crashing me before. I looked at it. It's crashing me now. We're not looking at the delivery. You will have to. You'll just have to wait. You will have to wait. There is no way it should be crashing like this. No way it should be crashing like this. But we will play the game. We'll just drive around the streets for a while. Maybe. Maybe we'll do that.